Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hope you guys had a good week 5 matchups in your fantasy football leagues. Sleazeball here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my waiver wire top 15 players for week 6. So I will give you a ballers at the top. There'll be a couple of them, then tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and some sleepers. A little information about why maybe you could throw them in your lineup or not. And it was a major injury week. So you got to make sure that you're attacking this wire. And also, my wire is literally based on 12+ man leagues. So you're not going to see like the 8-man or 10-man players on my post. And as always, guys, if you like the content, scroll down, like and subscribe. Help your boy out. And let's start balling, baby. Let's dive into it here. So, baller list time to think about here. Number 1, Kyler Murray. So there's really no updates yet of when he's coming back, but they said about week 8, and we're at week 6. So, I mean, if you're in QB depth, hell with injuries, with Anthony Richardson, or, whatever's going on in your league with your team, this is someone you should be looking at. Or if you have like a Kirk Cousins right now with Justin Jefferson out, you got to think about how that's going to play out for him the rest of the season. So give me Kyler Murray at my baller list number 1. Baller list number 2, Jeff Wilson Jr. So you're going to think, oh, Raheem Mostert, and Mostert will get the most of the work, right? But if you look at any of their past 3 games with A-Kane and Mostert, right? So A-Kane, 20 points, Mostert, 10 points, A-Kane, 20 points, Mostert, 14, 12 points, right? Now you get the second piece to that Miami offense. This should be a 100% fab, huge play on Jeff Wilson Jr., especially with Devon A-Kane on, out multiple weeks, no IR update yet. Says they might put him on IR. Give me Jeff Wilson as a baller tier number 2. This one's a little interesting here. My tier 1, number 1 is going to be KJ Osborne. So Justin Jefferson now headed to IR, supposed to be out till week 11, which is a long time to be missing your superstar. But something to look at here is KJ Osborne was still running 97% of routes, even with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson out there. Now he's going to be the full X receiver, going to see tons of volume, and they're going to be behind him probably every game. Actually, while we're at it, I'm going to throw him to the baller tier also, just because I think that how long Justin Jefferson is out. I don't know if the Vikings are going to make a trade or anything, but I think KJ Osborne is going to be a solid add to your team and flexible weekly. Now let's go down to the tier 1 here. My number 1. No one knows who this guy is. It is Emari Demercado, 6th-round undrafted rookie. Cardinals now are missing James Conner for multiple weeks. That's the update today. He came in, rushed for 10 carries, 45 yards, 4.5 average, got a touchdown, got 1 catch, all in limited time. So, I mean, the volume also that the Cardinals will have being down, kind of like the KJ Osborne thing. He's a good receiving back, it looks like already. I mean, short, little game script on him. But it's like having James Conner. It's like full volume all the time. If you need running back help, this would be my number 1 running back. Well, actually, let's throw him to... I don't know how many 12-man leagues really have Roschon Johnson available, but from tweets and stuff I'm looking at, Khalil Herbert looks like he might be going to IR also. So Roschon Johnson, Deontay Foreman, these are kind of like a combined 1-2 right here at number 1. I don't know how it's going to play out between them. I mean, they look like they wanted to give the rookie a little bit of the role, and they didn't. So this one's kind of tough for me. They have a very favorable schedule ahead, which is super nice for the Bears. I mean, they literally get Minnesota than the Raiders. This could be smash plays, but just depending on who gets the work. So I'm going to leave Deontay Foreman and Roschon together, but I don't think Roschon's really available in like many 12-man competitive leagues, but I'll throw him on there just in case he is. If he's on your wire, you should definitely be getting Roschon Johnson. And then I'll leave number 2 as Emari Demercado, as I butchered his name pretty bad. Number 3 on tier 1, Matt Stafford, still available in some leagues that I'm even in, which is crazy to me. I mean, he's now got Cooper Kupp back. You saw what he did with still Puka was very usable. I didn't think he would be besides that last week with Philly, because Philly's secondary is so beat up. So kind of made a lot more sense to play in that week. we will see how it plays out down the path, but I think it's going to be the Cooper Cup show way more than I believe, and Puka Nacua, even though he looks good. But give me Matt Stafford at number 3 on tier 1. And the last tier 1 right here, this one's going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to tell you why. Minshew Mania Gardner Minshew. So the Colts getting Jonathan Taylor back healthy. I know Zach Moss looked good last week. 23 carries, 2 touchdowns. No one really started Zach Moss unless you were in like an 18-man league or something like that. So now you're going to get more Jonathan Taylor carries. You're going to get less of him. But the interesting part is that Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and why am I blanking on the third one right now? Alex Pierce, all are in the top 10 in the NFL in routes ran weekly. This is a full passing offense that may become a little more Jonathan Taylor as he gets healthier. But this is an upgrade, I feel like, for the wide receivers over Anthony Richardson. I hate to say that, but Minshew is proven. He's done this for a while. He's been back up for a while. Comes in, always produces. I think he could be a starting quarterback for some teams. So this is a huge pickup as well. So 3 quarterbacks so far out of the top 7, and that's very rare for me in waiver wire. But heading to the tier 2 here, I don't know how long this is going to last, but Logan Thomas is out of his mind at his old age. 32 years old, 11 receptions, touchdown last week, 16 points in fantasy, had the fumble, would have had 18 points. It's somehow Sam Howell loves to throw this guy over McLaurin, over everybody. He's the number 1 targeted guy since Sam Howell has been there at a position that you very struggle at, like all of us do at tight end. Logan Thomas should be 100% pickup and start. They get the Falcons. This should be another smash Logan Thomas game. He could get another 10+ game here. So give me Logan Thomas, tier 2, number 1. Tier 2, number 2, big game for DJ Shark. I didn't see that happening. Maybe Bryce Young is finding a little connection with him. I know it was pure garbage time, but points are points, man. And the Carolina Panthers are always going to be down. So even I could have thrown Jonathan Mingo like next to him, like little Deontay Foreman, Roshan, but I like DJ Shark's value more than I like his. And he's a flexible play weekly with how much the Panthers are down. Tier 2, number 3, 6 receptions, 97 yards, 97% route run for Josh Downs. He might even be flexible now. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to become more Jonathan Taylor as he gets healthy because these receivers are running so many routes. But the production he's putting out, you have to think about keeping him in your lineup. When you see 97% route participation as a rookie, you get 6 targets, 97 yards. When Minshew came in and Richardson was hurt, this is a nice pickup for your team. I wouldn't waste a high waiver on it, but if he's available and you're like waiver 10 or something like that, I would look at it like that as better. But the rest of these guys, I would love to waste high waivers on so far. So now we're heading down to the different kind of path area. Tier 3, number 1, this guy just needs to get more opportunity. It is Marvin Mims. And it's coming. So the Denver Broncos are in full tank mode here. This should be time to sell Cortland Sutton. Look at selling Jerry Jeudy if they need to. Whatever it is, however they want to do it, they got to buy pieces for the future because this is not the year they're going to win anything. And that would move Marvin Mims up the depth chart into a great position as a player, which is what you want to see. So this is not a high waiver play, throw on it or fab. Maybe a little fab, like 2% or something like that if he's not there. But if you're in Dynasty or something, he's obviously picked up. So I'll leave him at tier 3, number 1. Tier 3, number 2, Wan'Dale Robinson. I thought he would have a bigger game last week. He did not. The Giants finally looked for Darren Waller for the first time. They get Buffalo now. So Wan'Dale Robinson has come off ACL from last year. He went from 30% to 50% to 62% snaps. It's going to go up and up and up. He is the electric slot playmaker for the Giants. There's really no one else in their receiving core. He's not a big body, but the volume is going to be there more and more, kind of like a DJ Shark, analogy to that. So say it as they're going to be behind, 80% of the games they play. And garbage points are garbage points, and young players are who you look for when that happens. So it's like another 2% fab play maybe if he's there. Dynasty usually not available. But give me him at tier 3, number 2, Wan'Dale Robinson. Sleeper, number 1, with the injuries that are happening. I keep putting him on here, has to be Leonard Fournette. Like, why are teams not looking for this guy? I don't understand what's going on. I mean, look at the Ravens running back room right now. It's terrible. Look at the Browns running back room right now. It's terrible. I mean, there's teams that are available for this guy. If you're in a competitive league, it is time to start thinking about picking up Leonard Fournette. I mean, the trade deadline is coming October 31st. And if teams are like in contention, he's got to be someone they're looking at. I don't know. I've heard reports that he's like out of shape, and still, I mean, even if you sign him and he gets back into shape, he's a better running back than any of the teams I named that have. I mean, I don't like Jerome Ford. I don't like Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. I mean, they all look terrible. So give me a shot at Leonard Fournette if I take it. I mean, I wouldn't waste a high waiver or anything on it, but, take the shot at least. So, and last but not least on the sleeper, if the Patriots ever figure out their offense, is Devontae Parker. So Devontae Parker is still running 94% snap share since he came back from injury, and volume is king in fantasy football. It's just Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones came out super hot, and it looked like he was a new quarterback, and all of a sudden now Mac Jones looks like he's lost again. So even if you see like the Bailey Zappi change, the amount of time that Devontae Parker is on the field is insane. And that is what you want. So it's like a Josh Downs, 96%, Devontae Parker, 94%, like all this stuff. KJ Osborne was 97. These are volume plays. So again, coming to the end here, remember that the key injuries this week were Justin Jefferson, Khalil Herbert. You lost James Conner. You lost Devon Achane. You lost Anthony Richardson. We also lost Dalton Kincaid, but he hasn't done nothing. So, I mean, I didn't even really talk about him. But those are massive key injuries. It is time to hit the waiver wire. These are my top 15 pickups by tiers. And that is it for my waiver wire video, guys. As always, if you like the content, scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe. And I'll be doing my quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense tiers, all that today, hopefully by the end of the day. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.